Hello and welcome to this first program in this near-miss reporting training course. In this first program we will provide an introduction to effective near-miss reporting. We will explore the purpose of near-miss reporting, what near-miss reporting can achieve, what happens if you get it wrong, the crucial role of learning during near-miss reporting, how learning from success is key. We will then see how work as imagined versus work as done is a key concept in near-miss reporting. Finally, we will introduce a learning framework. This will help you think about how you can improve learning within your team as a result of a near-miss report. Second program on this near-miss reporting training course. In this program, we will explore the role of psychological safety and near-miss reporting. Let's return to this organizational learning framework. In this program we are going to explore the first step in this learning process of how you can gather more information about work as done or WAD. What we will see is that psychological safety is a key element to success in this first step. It's really important to avoid blame. Your colleagues will not tell you about what's really happening unless they feel psychologically safe. Gathering information then requires you to have meaningful conversations with your colleagues about issues they encountered during their work. This requires a range of communication skills from you. And so in this program we are going to look at what is psychological safety, how psychological safety affects learning, how a fear of speaking up kills, how failing to listen kills, mental models, power and skilled gradients, trust, how civility saves lives, simple things to improve civility, and finally, how a humble inquiry approach promotes psychological safety. To this third program in this near-miss reporting training course, where we will explore the role of human factors. Let's return to this organizational learning framework. In this program we are going to start to explore this second step in this learning process of how you draw meaningful lessons from the information you gather in the first step. A key aspect of drawing meaningful lessons is to understand the human factor. And so in this program we are going to look at some important human factor definitions, how the brain works, how human error is a normal daily occurrence. We will introduce a concept called situational awareness, and then work through its 3 steps: perceive, understand, decide. We will see how situation awareness works within teams. Then we will see how situational awareness can be affected by headspace traps, as well as workspace traps. We will look at an accident case study to apply the concepts we've introduced. Then we will set you a situational awareness analysis challenge. We will see how you can improve headspace safety, workspace safety, and finally how to develop situational awareness skills. To this fourth program on this near-miss reporting training course. In this program, we will explore how systems thinking can help you to get better learning from incidents and accidents. Let's return to this organizational learning framework. In this program, we will continue our exploration of the second element of this learning framework. What we will see is how systems thinking can enable you to look beyond the immediate circumstances of an accident or near miss in order to draw more meaningful lessons. And so, in this program, we will explore why we need systems thinking. What is a system? The human factors of systems. Different types of systems. How different systems work together. How systems fail, drift to failure. How systems fail, double binds. How systems fail, wrong goal. How systems fail, clouded failure. Managing complex systems. And finally, we will look at a case study to demonstrate how systems thinking improves learning. This fifth program on this near-miss reporting training course, where we move to this third segment in our organizational learning framework, implement improvements. One of the big mistakes that many organizations make is that they believe that learning ends once lessons have been drawn from incidents in this second section. In fact, this is only just the beginning of the learning. As we will see in this program, a huge amount of learning continues to occur during this implementation phase. Why? Think back to the high-reliability organizations in the first program of this course. They demonstrated that with complex systems you can only develop effective solutions through a process of discovery. And this depends on learning. This discovery process will require you to have conversations with your colleagues. This comes back to the deference to expertise principle of high-reliability organizations. We will then explore a process called sense-making. This will enable you to uncover hidden wisdom within systems that can be used to improve performance. Your journey of discovery will then continue through a process of experimentation, where you test and change your ideas. Finally, we will see that this needs to be a continuous process. Work systems, particularly complex systems, continuously change, which requires you to continuously learn. In this program we will look at learning means changing, mental models that hinder learning, mental models that promote learning, sense-making, learn from wisdom that already exists, meaningful conversations, safe-to-fail experiments thinking. This sixth program on this near-miss reporting training course. In this final module we are going to explore how you can now implement the theory and principles we have introduced in this training course. The aim of the techniques that we will introduce in this program are to help you to develop better learning from your near-miss reporting system. Better learning means specifically the extent to which you 1. Uncover new information about work that has been done in your area of responsibility. 2. Use this new information to develop and implement improvements. Let's return to this organizational learning framework. We will introduce 10 techniques that you can use to promote learning from near misses. These techniques cover the 3 main quadrants of the organizational learning framework. In terms of gathering information about work as done, the techniques are 1. Promote psychological safety. 2. Develop the technical expertise. 3. Build a sense of unease. 4. Set safety tripwires. And 5. Use a crystal ball. Then, to help you draw meaningful lessons from this information, the techniques are 6. Have meaningful conversations. And 7. Take a worker journey. Finally, in order to implement effective improvements, the techniques we will explore are 8. Ask the audience for improvements. 9. Test your improvements. And 10. Implement your improvements.